Spirit and the bride say, come, and let him.
Tensions reaching a boiling point in Cuba. Hundreds of people participated Sunday in a rare public protest amid a worsening economic crisis that has left everyday Cubans without enough food, electricity or medication. Cuban-run TV showing people flooding the streets of the island's second-largest city, Santiago de Cuba. Demonstrators seen chanting for electricity and food, as some Cubans have experienced power outages for more than 18 hours a day.
I think there are three crises going on at the same time, an economic crisis, a social crisis, and now a political crisis.
Today, Cubans struggle with increasing shortages in food, medicine, fuel and power. Inflation has risen sharply, making many products unaffordable for Cubans who depend on an average monthly state salary, the equivalent of just $16. Earlier this month, gasoline price hikes also went into effect, in some cases raising gas prices about 500%.
Esto que está haciendo el país está montado sobre la inflación. No puede ser real, señores.
In another rare move, Cuba has asked the UN World Food Programme for assistance, requesting powdered milk for young children. All this while the Cuban peso has plummeted.
Younger Cubans have sort of lost hope in the possibility that it's going to get better anytime soon.
And Ed Augustine joins us now from Havana, Cuba. Ed, you're there on the ground. Walk us through what the reality is like in Cuba with these power outages.
These power outages have been a reality for millions of Cubans for years now. I'm broadcasting and I'm speaking to you from Havana, where there are approximately 2 million people. That's only about a fifth of the population of Cuba. 4/5 of the Cuban population lives in the provinces. And we're far more insulated in Havana. So sometimes the power goes in my house. You know, I had a power cut for about an hour yesterday. It's annoying, but it's not a game changer. In the provinces, millions of people have been living for months with power outages that can stretch sometimes 12, sometimes 18 hours. I spoke to a source yesterday who lives in the westerly province of Pinar del Rio in a small village. He said that he had less than 2 hours of power yesterday. Just imagine getting back to your house after a day at work with no light and seeing the small amount of food you have for you and your family slowly going off in the fridge because there's not even enough power to keep it refrigerated. It's a very tense, difficult situation for people.
Lo primero que me falta es la leche de la niña que no llega en su tiempo. De mi nieta no llega en su tiempo. El arroz se dificulta. Y así, muchos productos de la canasta básica que faltan.
What's extraordinary in the case of Cuba is that in addition to normal and typical economic downturns or economic problems, you have an extraordinary factor influencing it, which is the most powerful nation in the world having as its established official policy making life difficult for the people of Cuba for political aims.
After protests on Sunday and accused the U.S. of interfering.
The United States is not behind these protests in Cuba, and the accusation of that is absurd. I think what we are seeing is a reflection of the dire situation on the island.
Spirit and the bride say, come, and let him that heareth say, whosoever will, whosoever will, let him take the water of life freely. And the Spirit and the bride say, come. And let him that heareth say, come. And let him that is athirst come. Let him take the water of life freely. Whosoever